Doing some number crunching. I don't mind number crunching. I am a number cruncher. I actually get off on it. Critical thinker, good to see you. Do a little turkey jog this Thanksgiving. No, I'm a Canadian. Our Thanksgiving's already over. We've already done our Thanksgiving. Oh, let me get this camera straight. What's going on here? There we go. Sorry about that. What's going on with everybody in the big town today? Ryan, good to see you. Kamal, good to see you. Freeway, good to see you as always, brother. JJ, how's it going, Buck? Man, great to see you. We're just going to run off a quick live this morning. I was live yesterday, but I just don't want to break the streak. You know, Shannon Thomas goes live on Sunday mornings, and I kind of like following her. She throws out a really good vibe. She's got a good gig going. You get some really good chit chat. You get a wide variety of topics with her, and you know, it's good. So I just kind of like want to follow her and hang out and see. You know, I'm picking up Shannon's leftovers. That I am not embarrassed, and I'm not ashamed to say this. Okay, I will take Shannon's leftovers. So, Kamal, nice to see you. Great. You missed yesterday, Kamal. I saw you. You hit the replay, but thanks for replaying it, brother. Flatbed, good to see you, man. Hold on, I got some funny shit going on here. 2-4, sup, 2-4. What's going on, brother? 2-4. I hate to tell you, man. I hate to tell you. I'm going to tell you this every time we go live, but you're not getting that bike. Watch, you know what's going to happen. 2-4. Neither one of us are going to win it. It's going to go to some fucking guy out in California. Some guy out in California who won't appreciate it, right? Some guy out in California who's just going to sit there in his garage, go out there with his terry cloth and his spray cleaner, and then just sit there and look at it, right? He won't ride it. He won't appreciate it. That's what we're going to miss. That's what we're going to miss. Missed most of yesterday. Someone asked to fill me in. Oh, we just did a little political chit chat and jabbering, bullshit like that. You didn't miss a whole lot, brother. Let me tell you, you didn't miss a whole lot. I am loaded for bear today, though. We've got coffee. Like, I'm not kidding. That's the size of the cup, and it is full. So we got coffee. So we're ready to go with that. And we've got not one, but we got two. So we're gonna hammer some of this out. Houdini, brother, good to see you, man. I know you're busy, but thanks for coming in. Jim, great to see you. Thanks for being here. I saw it. You're here. I'm here. Awesome. Okay, you can go now. Fantastic, Houdini. Thanks for being here, man. Saturday morning. You can't go wrong with a Saturday morning. Hopefully everybody caught Shannon. Good positive message as always. Little tricks and things of the trade. I'm gonna drink both actually. I look dangerously. I'm gonna induce my coffee with Dr. Pepper. Shannon's screaming right now. I can hear her right now screaming, no, fuck no. No, she didn't say fuck no, but she said no, don't do it. But too late, Shannon. It's already done. There she is there. Speaking of the lady, thank you very much, Shannon, for being here. Always a pleasure. Dodie, as usual. Putty Cat, you and the jokes, keep them going. Karen, great to see you. Thanks for hanging. I got something that I just briefly want to talk about. I'm not gonna go long on this. It's something that bothers me, and it's from something that somebody else is doing, and I don't necessarily gonna call out the name or the channel, but it's a warning that I want to give anybody else. Any of you guys that are coming into the trucking business, especially, okay, if you're coming into this business, you've been a company driver for a couple of years, whatever, and you're going to make that jump over into the owner operator, but you just can't do it. So you have no choice but to paddle into those waters of the lease operator. You know, the lease operator, you're going to, the company you're working for, they have a deal set out and this and that. I've got somebody here who I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't like, who is a predator when it comes to the lease op deals. He has been going for years and years and years, hopping from one company to the other, pounding these lease ops. And his main priority, or his main thing, is he doesn't want to drive a truck. He doesn't want to, go out there and do the work. He wants to build up a big enough referral base that's what pays his salary. So he goes out and he'll go to Swift, and then he'll go to Super Ego, and then he'll go to the next company, and then he'll go, now he's at Hirschbach. He's going to go to all these different companies, and he's going to fucking put it out there for you guys. Okay. For you guys, come work here, come work here. And then, 3 months later, you're working there. Hey, you guys want to answer the phone? Dar calling? Hey. Hey.
Hey, how are ya?
I'm live. How are you?
Oh, you are?
Yeah, so are you.
Oh, lovely. Hi, everyone. I'm just going to break, so I'll go watch you.
Okay.
It's boring as fuck, so.
It is boring as fuck. All right. That's a really good descriptive term of how to describe your morning. Boring as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, love you.
Love you too, baby.
Goodbye.
Bye. So, the hell was I saying? Somebody tell me what the hell I was talking about. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, good morning. Everybody's saying good morning, Dar. I knew it was coming. Hashtag chickens for Dar. So anyway, there's another one. There's two, T-Bone and Houdini. Great to see you, T-Bone. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. I really should get off my ass and give you a call. We got some catching up to do. But what I'll get back to is what I'm talking about here is the predatory nature of, it's not just him, but of a lot of other guys and companies. And this is what I want to talk about. Okay. Now he has a channel. I'm not going to put the channel out. Okay. Most of you know who's, her voice is gorgeous. Hey, Dodie. Yeah. I pay her $2.99 a minute to talk to me like that. But he has a channel and he puts out videos on this channel and he's cramming Hirschbach down our throats. Absolutely cramming Hirschbach down our throats. So I don't know if he's retarded, if he's stupid, or if his standard of living is really that low that he is pushing these leases, this lease that he's in, right? Now, before I get into that, I just want to say this, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4 that I know of off the top of my head in the last 2 years, or in the last year, or say year and a half, of companies that he's moved to. He's failed at every one that he's been to. If he'd been at Hirschbach for 10 years as a lease op, and he was working on his 3rd truck, you know what? I might listen to him. I might listen to him. But he's been there for what, 3 or 4 months. And we'll see how long he's there for. And then he was with Swift before that. And then he was Super Ego before that. Never once has he ever been successful. There's no level of success. You want me to come on board with you? You want to sell me something? You better sell me something and show me that it works. Don't sit there and just throw up a bunch of numbers. And I've got his numbers here, and it's like, I don't know what the fuck you're selling here. I really don't know what you're selling and why you're selling it. And I'm warning anybody that's involved with any kind of lease deal that wants to get into this, do not do this. Do not look at this. Do not look at deals like this. Okay? So far, okay, this is what I've got. This is his channel, and these are right off of his channel. All I've done is just taken snapshots off of his channel, right? So this is a 2,500 mile week. Okay. Now, first of all, he works for a company. The company is Hirschbach. I've already said that. I don't care if Hirschbach, what they say or what they do, and I don't care if you guys know who that is, but they've got certain ways of doing things, and this is they call it the Hirschbach way. And these two idiots got the Hirschbach dance, and wow, it's funny as hell. But this is word for word off of their video. Okay, now obviously I can't snapshot that because it was vocal, but the fuel is 90 cents a mile or 90 cents a gallon, but you have to stop at their fuel stops, their designated fuel stops. So if you're out of route, or if where you're going, there are no fuel stops that are on the Hirschbach fuel program, and you have to get fuel outside of that program or outside of that route, then you are paying full pump price. Now, with every run, let's just say, for example, you're getting a run from Des Moines, Iowa, down to Jacksonville, Florida. They will route that for you and tell you where you need to stop for fuel. If you do not stop where they tell you to stop for fuel, you will pay full price for fuel. That's a little ridiculous, right? There are going to be times where you can't do it. Western Star, great to see you. The other thing that bothered me, and this is about him and his partner were touting about the work ethic. The work ethic. Oh, we're talking about two guys with work ethic. Well, the puppet of his friend there, I can't say much about his work ethic because I don't know him. The other one I've been following for years and had problems for years with. And there's no work ethic. I don't understand what the work ethic is, what he's talking about. But it's with his work ethic, he says that if you're going to work at Hirschbach and you want this program to work, you need to work for you need to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks before you go home. You have to, it's mandatory. Like, it's the only way you can make this program work. 6 to 8 weeks is what you need to be prepared to go to work. And you will be continuously running on your recaps. You are going to run your recap hours out every single week continuously. I hate to tell you this, my friend. Recap hours are not there for you to use continuously. Recap hours are designated. They're there as you know, if you need, it's almost like an emergency. You're able to dip into it. Running recaps is not the norm. Okay, it's the exception. Recap hours are not there to be worked into every single week, and you're going to run out every single recap hour. If you are running out every week, and you are running on recaps every single week, you better be making a boatload of money. A boatload of money. I'm talking like ocean liner boatload size of money. Okay, because if you're not, you're doing something terribly, terribly wrong, that you need to be running out your recap hours every bloody week. You shouldn't be doing it. I very rarely touch recap hours. Now, mind you, I'm dedicated, so it's a little differently for me. But even when I'm on the highway and I'm out on the open board, you know, it doesn't work that way. I do not run recaps unless I absolutely have to. So let's get down to this, okay? This is just off him. He's got 2,500 miles. He's got it calculated, okay, that $1,265 a week. A fucking week. $1,265 a week are his fixed costs. So he's got his $1,265 divided by 2,500 miles, comes out to 50 cents a mile fixed costs. Little high. Fuel is 13 cents a mile. Maintenance is 10 cents a mile. I hate to tell you, Jay, but your maintenance realistically is a fixed cost. I take my maintenance fund, okay? It's the same amount every single week, and my maintenance fund goes, and it's a fixed cost. It never changes. Whether I run 5,000 miles or whether I run 1,500 miles, the same amount of money goes into my maintenance fund. It becomes a fixed cost. So your fixed cost is already off by 10 cents. So instead of 50 cents a mile fixed cost, you're now at 60 cents a mile fixed cost. Your fuel tax offset, I'm not 100% sure what that is, but his total cost is 75 cents a mile. 75.75. So let's say 76 cents a mile. Okay, that's what his total costs are. So at $1.40 times 76 cents comes to 64 cents, right? That's 64 cents is what he makes, his profit or his portion. At 2,500 miles times 0.64 of 64 cents, it comes to 1,600 miles. And then over here, right there, anybody read that? $1,600 profit before tax. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. Jay, I don't think you know what profit is. I don't think you know what profit is. Profit, free and clear profit. That's not profit. $1,600 profit before tax. I think you're confused here, man. I think you're a little confused. You don't know what profit is. Profit is when you've got all of your fixed costs paid, all your variable costs paid. Everything on the business is paid. Paid. 100% paid. Your daily, my fixed costs are calculated, my fixed costs and my variable costs are calculated per day. Okay, not by the week, first of all. Your numbers are going to be way off doing it by the week if you're doing it by the day. But anyway, once everything is paid, your salaries are paid, everything. I'm talking everything. Once everything is paid, whatever is left over, well, if you've got $800 left over at the end of your week, after everything and everybody else has been paid, that is profit. When you've got money left over in the kitty and you've got nothing to spend it on, that, Jay, is profit. This is not profit. $1,600 profit before taxes, because now you're going to take taxes off. So that's going to take you down to what? $1,200, $1,100, 12, maybe 30, whatever. Say 13. I don't know what your tax, whatever the tax rate is in the U.S. Right? So whatever it is, let's just say you're down to. I'll be gracious. Let's say you're down to $1,300. You're going to lose $1,300. You're going to lose $300 of that in tax. I think it's probably more. Let's go $1,200. So you're going to take $1,200 a week after tax home. Jason, as a owner operator or lease operator, making $1,200 a week is horrible. That, my friend, is terrible. What are you doing and what are you selling? What fucking gravy are you selling here? You're telling these people that they're going to make $1,200 a week as an owner operator? Jay, I do better than that in a day and a half. A day and a half, I do better than $1,200 fucking dollars, free and clear. You're telling $1,200 a week is, and your wife can sit at home and be semi-retired. You can retire your wife. Those are your words we're talking about here. So what I'm saying is, I could easily go off the rails here. I did that yesterday. I've had enough go off the rails. I don't have enough brain cells left to blow. So I'm not going to go off the rails on this guy. But what I am saying to you guys is watch out for leases like this. Okay. Oh, see, good to see you, man. Watch out for leases. Cheap freight hauler is that 13 cents per mile fuel cost. Yeah, that's what it says. That's what it says here. Cheap freight hauler. Sorry, I'll get this right in a second. There you go. Right. $12.65. That was earlier. That was what they decided. That's what they figured out was their fixed cost on the week. So fixed cost was $12.65 times 2,500 miles is 50 cents fixed cost. Fuel was 13 cents a mile is what they figured. Maintenance is 10 cents a mile. Fuel tax offset, cheap freight haulers. Sorry, I'm not an American. Ours is done a little differently. So what that is or how that works with Hirschbach is beyond me. Total cost is $75.75. So let's say 76 cents. He's got $1.40 a mile times 76 cents, right? The truck makes $1.40 a mile. Jason gets 76 cents of that. That comes up to 64 cents a mile that he makes. 2,500 miles times 6,400 miles is $1,600. $1,600 profit before tax. I can only give you what I got here, okay? But what I'm trying to get to here, guys, for you guys is please stay away from these kind of programs. Stay away from these kind of programs. They are designed to keep you broke and keep you running and keep you working. Because I promise you. Now, here's the other thing. Now, there is something with Hirschbach that they get a guarantee. Now, I can't remember. I should have wrote it down. Shame on me. I didn't. So I don't want to say what the number is because I could be wrong. And I don't want to give this guy hat an excuse to come back and say, blah, 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 blah. That he's talking out his ass. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So I will claim ignorance on this case here. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. No, they don't, T-Bone. There's no surcharge. Company keeps all of it. You just pay the fucking 99 cents. Right. Freight hauler, you're right. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about here. Right? I won't say his name, but you guys feel free to. Good morning. Oh, Stacy, thank you for coming back. Good to see you again. So like I said, this guy's making, right? This guy's making $1,200 a week, and his partner are taking home $1,200 a week. See you later, Dodie. Thanks for hanging. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but the $1,200 a week as an owner operator is not good. The company I work for right now, okay, the company that I work for right now, okay, we have company drivers that do better than $1,200 a week. Okay, we got company drivers, zero invested. Check engine light comes on, you blow a tire, they pick up the phone, they dial 1-800, come fix my shit. Nothing invested here. And these guys are making $1,200, $1,300 a week, steady. Like that's a norm. And that's without breaking, that's without killing themselves, you know. And then there's weeks where they've got better weeks where they're $1,500 to $1,800 a week. Okay. So this bullshit on $1,200 a week as an owner operator. If I was taking home $1,200 a week as an owner, now I am an owner operator. Okay. I own my truck. I don't have a lease deal with any company or anything like that, or outside carrier. If I was making $1,200 a week, first of all, the truck would be for sale and be gone. And my wife would be laughing at me. $1,200 a week is more than what I make as an owner op, but that's not my focus as being an owner op. Hauler, that's fine. Okay. But if your main focus and your main priority is being in business and making money and going for it, this is not the way to do it. It really is not. Freight hauler also, you are a true owner operator from what I understand. You don't have a lease deal. Like these guys here got lease payments to a company per week. These guys, it's ridiculous the amount of money that they get bled as a lease op. It really is. It's just not cool. And it's really not. Who was it that said it? Somebody said it to me. Actually, I as much as it pains me to say this, it was Ronan. Okay. And I agreed with him. The minute he said it, I agreed with him. Lease op deals are for people that don't have the credit or the down payment to go and get their own truck. That's what it's for. If you don't have the credit or the down payment to go get your own truck. Most of these are zero down, right? Most of these are zero down payment. No money down, fucking $1,250 a week. You know, your payment will put you in a 2024 Cascadia. Good luck. In today's market, have fun with that. Good luck with that. I implore you. Good luck with that. I was making $1,400 a week as a company driver. That's what I'm talking about. See, Freeway? Take home. That's right. I've got guys here doing the same thing, right? They're not my guys, obviously, but we got company guys here. So why is anybody out there bragging about making fucking $1,200 a week as an owner operator or as a lease operator? I'm sorry, that's not good enough. Do better, Jason. You need to do better. Okay. You need to stop what you're doing. Jason, you need to stop what you're doing right now. And here's the reason why. And this is all going to come to fruition. And you know what? I hope I'm wrong. This time, I hope I'm wrong. Okay. It really is. But you've been a predator. And my problem with you is personal. And it's simply for the fact that I have two friends that took your stupid advice years ago, went into lease deal and got fucked. But where were you? You were nowhere in sight. By the time they got fucked, you'd already left the company and you were somewhere else doing another one. You don't want to drive a truck. You can stand there and Hirschbach dance all you want. Do your little ho 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 with Tim and look as goofy as you can, whatever. That's fine. If Hirschbach enjoys that, knock yourself out. I hope Hirschbach does. But, okay, being a predator that you are, you don't want to drive that truck. You know it. I know it. Fucking Thor knows it. Narc knows it. 90% of the fucking people that are chasing you for a reason. Not because we're assholes or because we just decided we're going to pick up one day and we don't like you. You've done this to yourself. You're predatory. You hurt people. You are bringing people in on bad leases to get their asses in the truck so you can get your referral bonus. And that's what you want to live on. You want to live on those referral bonuses. You don't want to drive a truck. But meanwhile, what you're doing is people are coming in and they're taking the Hirschbach challenge and they're taking the Night Swift and they're taking the fucking Super Ego and they're all signing on to all of these companies and they're all doing this. And they're losing their shirt. Meanwhile, it's affecting, you're affecting their wives, their children, their homes, their families, their lives. Like all of that gets screwed. All these people get screwed in a very, very big way because you are being selfish because you're looking for a quick, right? You're looking for a quick dollar. I can make $1,000 or whatever I make on my referrals. And if I can get 5 or 6 or 10 of these things a month, why would I drive a truck? Or I will drive a truck, but I'll just drive around the countryside with recruiting signs or whatever, and I'll just sell the Hirschbach way to do it. I truly hope somebody over at Hirschbach sees what the fuck you're doing. I truly do. I hope to God somebody over there sees what you're doing. And then at the very end of your video, yeah, and you've said many times, okay, you put your fucking thing out there. At the end of your video, you've actually got the recruiter's name. Now, I'm not going to put the recruiter's name out. I'm not going to say that. But you've said multiple times that you're not doing this and you don't want you don't need the referrals. But if you want to put our referral in, then that's fine. You know what? At the end of the day, you want that referral. You want that name in there. You want your whatever you got at the bottom of your fucking thing there as a referral. You want that. You're going to make that. Even though out of your mouth, you're saying, well, it's not important. We really don't care. You can or you don't have to. That's fine. In the back of your head, you're going, oh, yeah, motherfucker. You get that name. You get that referral in there. You get our name, my name on that referral because, blah, 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 because you get paid, right? You do. You get fucking paid on it. So that is what my problem is with you. And I've been fairly quiet about it for a lot of years. I truly have. I've been fairly quiet about it for a few years. And I've left you alone. I've sat in the corner. I've made a comment here and there. But for all intents and purposes, I've just watched you prey on people. And it's just not, I don't give a fuck what you do about your family. If you want to bury your family and starve your family and embarrass your wife, if you want to do all of that, that's fine. But when you're out fucking over really good, hardworking people that are just trying to make a living, right? That are just trying to make an honest living out here, that want to take a swing at trucking, and you're selling them into these predatory leases, brother, knock it off. Take you and your twisted cowboy dance boy there and go sit on the sidelines. Go drive your truck, make your $1,200 a week. If that's your standard of living, at $1,200 a week, your standard of living's down here. As an owner operator, you should be a little higher. Okay, a little higher. $1,200 a week is a little low. Okay, I'm just saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day here, hey, it's good to see you. How you doing, cowboy? I'm doing all right, man. At the end of the day here, all I'm going to say to you is just any company, doesn't matter what the company, whether it be Swift, Schneider, Super Ego, Hirschbach, ET, any of these companies that do these lease op deals, man, rip them apart. Go through it, dissect the contract, dissect everything, dissect it all. Okay, dissect it all, because there's going to be something in there that's going to come back and kick you in the nuts. Trust me. So don't. First of all, don't do it. Here's the thing. If you don't have the credit or the down payment to do this right and go as an owner operator, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. When the time is right and you've got the credit back in place, right? When your credit is back in place, or is back in a place where you can get a good credit line, or you can get established leasing on a truck, or you can get financed on a truck. When you've got a credit score that you can do that, and you've got enough money saved that you've got a substantial down payment, so you're not paying $4,500 like frickin' Hirschbach or Schneider or any of these fucking companies. You're not paying $4,000 or $4,500 a month in truck payments. When you can do that, do it. Wait. Don't take a lease. Don't take a fucking bad lease deal because you want to be an owner operator. It's not worth it. It's truly not worth it. I've watched, let's just put it this way. Out of all of the people that I know that have done it, okay, the failure rate is substantially higher than the success rate. I'm not saying there aren't successful people out there. There are guys out there that have done it successfully. I've got a friend of mine that's done it that I know personally. I watched him do it. I know him. We all know Original Outcast, Thor. I think he's banged off 2 of them successfully. It can be done. It can be done with brains and a way of doing things. If you're smart about it, yes. But at the end of the day, guys, do not do this just so you can have the title of, oh, I'm an owner operator. You're not. If you're a lease op, are you technically an owner op? Yeah, but you're not. You are, but you're not. You are, but I don't know. It's one of those gray areas, It really is. Mr. B, I think Mr. B's already been in, said what he wants to say, and he's out. Very few people succeed, and then on them kind of leases. Charles, you're absolutely right. You are 100% correct. They really are. The success rate is much lower than the success. The failure rate is much. Yeah, the success rate is much lower than the failure rate. More people. I don't know what the percent numbers are. But if I had to guess, I'd probably say it's probably got about a 20% success rate, where somebody will actually run that truck till the end of the lease, pay out that fucking balloon payment, and that's the other fucking thing, right? Like we've got some companies up here in Canada that are ridiculous. Like where they got like $75,000. You got a 7-year lease. We'll use Scotland Commodities as an example up here. They're gonna hand you the keys to a brand new W900 Studio, right? So they're gonna hand you a truck that's only gonna get fucking 7 miles to the gallon at best. You're gonna run heavy to California all the time. That's all you're doing. Heavy, back and forth to California. 6.5 miles to the gallon is the best you're going to do, 7 miles to the gallon. The pay is not that great. 7-year lease term. A 7-year term. Okay. Now, the payment is only $2,000 a month. Everybody goes, woohoo! $2,000 a month. $2,000 for 7 years. With a $75,000 balloon payment on the end after 7 years. First of all, in 7 years, that W9 is going to be nothing but a boat anchor. The engine, you'll have rebuilt it at least once. The engine will be blown out. It'll be like some old hooker's asshole. It'll be a blown out O-ring. It's done. Okay. The truck will be scrap. It won't be good for anything. You will have replaced the engine, the trans, and the diffs on that truck. And then at the end of it, you've got a $75,000 buyout. Okay, so now you have to go to the bank and get a loan for $75,000 plus tax. And now you're financing that truck for what, another 3 years, 4 years, fuck, whatever. You're going to finance that. So now at the end of the day, your 7-year truck is now a 10-year truck, and the truck will never make it 10 years, and they set it up that way. They set it up knowing that you are going to be handing that truck back in eventually. They know that. And what are they going to do? As soon as your ass is out of that seat, they're going to put another fucking driver in it, and they'll lease it out again. You will pay for that truck 3 times over for them. Okay? You will pay for that truck 3 times over for them. Who's getting the deal on this one? Right? Who has a $75,000 balloon payment? That is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They're giving you a W9, which everybody goes, oh, yeah, I got a W9. It's a nice truck. Don't get me wrong. They're gorgeous. Got the studio. I love them. I truly do. But when I want to be in business, doing long runs across from fucking Ontario, Canada, all the way out to California, do I want to be driving a W9? That's like pushing a brick through the air. There's about as much aerodynamics to that. You take the new Cascadias or the T680s or the Peak 579s, the Volvos, even the Western Stars, for Christ's sake. Any of those before you would take a W-9. I would take a W. The only reason I would drive a W-9, and I did, was because A, it's paid for, and you can offset the cost of fuel and fuel mileage with the fact that you have no truck payment. Oh, and even then, I turned around and bought the Cascadia, and the fucking, even with a $2,099 fucking a month truck payment, I still was saving more than I was burning in fuel with the W-9, right? My fuel bill was still higher. So even though I'm still making a $2,000 a month truck payment, I was still making more money. So it's just, guys, be very careful. Be very careful. Brian, what are your thoughts on the Drive Clean program in Ontario for our truck and trailer shops? It's a cash grab, Karen. It's a cash grab. It really is. You guys should know this. Alan should know this. He's been working that business for a long time. It's 100% a cash grab. Is that the same with box truck lease-to-own work? Jimmy Conway, and I would say that any kind of lease-to-own, any kind of, like if you're on with a company, okay? And now if you're on with a leasing company, okay, for example, in Canada, we have, why does my shirt look crooked? Anybody? Here we go. In Canada, we have leasing companies, right? Where instead of going to a bank and financing your truck, you can go to these companies here and you can right, it'll be written up as a lease. That's what I do. And I do it for certain reasons, specific reasons. I do it because if you finance your truck with a bank, you go to the bank, you get a loan for, $130, whatever your truck payment costs. Well, the first year you can write off 40% of the payment. Second year you can write off, I think, 32%. Third year, after I think the third year, you can write off only interest only. Now there are other benefits to that. Okay, of course. Okay, capital gains, shit like that. But the way I do it is I write it up as a lease, right? I'll write it up as a 3-year lease. You put X amount of dollars down, just like you do with a regular loan. You put an X amount of dollars down. It gets written up as a lease. So I'm leasing the equipment with a $1 plus tax buyout on the end, which is what my truck had. $1 buyout. You pay your payment, but 100% of your payment every single month. So my payment of $2,099, say $2,100, my payment is 100% tax deductible. I write off that entire fucking payment every single month at the entire term of that lease. And then you got the $1 buyout on the end plus tax. So it cost me $1.13 to buy my truck out on the end. Okay. So if you're doing it that way with a lease that way, yes, to lease to own. If you're leasing on with a company, whether especially a box company, if you're leasing on, say, with a grocery store or anything like that, be careful, be cautious of it. Okay, be cautious of it. The lease to own programs are not set up for you to win. They're not. They're going to be advertised that way. They're going to be put out that way. They're going to be pushed to you. Hey, we're doing this for you. We're here to help you. We're going to make this work for you. You are going to make ridiculous amount of money. You know what? You're not. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but you're not. Like I said, there are the exceptions to the rule. There are some guys that are the exceptions to the rule. There are guys that have done this and either they've hit at the right time, they've got the right contract under their belt, they've got that, they've got, they certain things and elements of the business have fallen in picture perfect for them, and they've been successful. They've run the term of their lease, paid off their truck, rolled up, did another one, and they've been successful. There are a couple of people that have done it, but the success rate is substantially lower than the failure rate. It really is. The failure rate is off the fucking charts. Ridiculous. Oh, damn, that's good. Hey, now easy on the Western Star. Hey, I like Western Stars. I love the new Western Star. Wow. The Western Cascadia, T-Bone, the Western Cascadia. No, I like them. I got no problem with them. I think they're overpriced, T-Bone. I do. I think they're substantially overpriced. Where again, we went, you see this shit here going on that you guys don't know about. Well, we went truck shopping 2 weeks ago, and we've been hunting around, and we're going for another new truck. Now, the problem with buying a new truck is, yes, the prices have come down, but the interest rates are still too high. I'm not willing to sacrifice, a truck payment and this and that, other things like that, because of a higher interest rate. So, actually, we know what we're doing. We know the trucks we're buying, but we're just kind of waiting. We're in limbo right now, and I've got my hand on the trigger, and I'm just waiting to pull the trigger on what I want to do. So we're just kind of waiting on new trucks. And one of the options I had was for a Western Star, but T-Bone, I'll be honest with you, they're gorgeous trucks, but fuck, they're expensive. They're overpriced. They're overpriced considering I can go get a Cascadia. Let's just say I can get a Cascadia, which is pretty much the same interior with the exception of the wood grain and all the shit that comes with the Western Stars. I can get all of that, right? I can get all of that, and I can get it for fucking $25,000 cheaper in a Cascadia. So why would I? Why wouldn't I? Reindeer fuel is very expensive. So sailboat fuel is getting expensive these days. You're Santa Claus. I'm going to leave you cookies and milks next to my fireplace. I won't eat them. I just lost all that weight. I'm not eating cookies and milk. Sorry. The company wants me to lease. I've never seen that before. I'd be very cautious about that, Jimmy. I really would. You ask them, first of all, if I was you, tell them you want a guarantee on money, right? Tell them you want a guarantee on money. You want a guarantee per week, right? So regardless whether, because if you're working for them and you're pulling their freight and their name is on your door, but you're making all the payments and all the everything on that truck, first of all, I would say to them, I want a minimum guarantee. So I want $1,000 a week, whether I turn a wheel or if I don't turn a wheel. Right? I want $1,000 a week guarantee. If work slows down, why should you suffer for it? You're on with them. It's their job to keep you rolling. Their name's on your blah, 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 blah. So that's one thing I would do. I'd be asking them, I want a guarantee. Second of all, man, make sure the truck that you're getting is of a new nature and has warranty on it and extended warranty on it. There's nothing scarier. Trust me. I know I'm in the position right now. Okay. There is nothing scarier in this world that you're driving along in a truck with extended warranty, and then that odometer kicks over, and 1 mile farther, bam, you have no warranty on that truck. That's a feeling that I hate. I really, really hate that feeling. Very rarely do I have that feeling, but right now I've got it with the truck that I've got right now. Right, my truck right now is a 2020. All my warranty ran out a while ago. So I've got no warranty on that truck, and it's a feeling I hate. And it's simple as this. Like, and it's funny because Shannon Thomas earlier was talking about, she's had a rough week. Her truck is in the shop. She lost a couple of days, this and that, and the money she's got to make up and blah, blah, blah. And then who else was, somebody else? There was another Old School. I think Old School was down for a couple of days. He was down. I was down. I lost all of Friday, and I lost a load on Saturday. So that, it's trucking. And for me, I lost because outlet knock sensor and an SCR issue. So it was an emissions bullshit, right? I hate that. I hate that more than anything. But, that has to come out of your pocket. A knock sensor is $465, $465 American. So it's 600 and whatever Canadian. A couple hours of labor, blah, blah, blah. And then the SCR. I came out the door with a 15, I think almost a $1,600 bill, which is what I estimated it was going to be. And I'm good with that. What hurts me is not the $1,500 bill. It's I lost work Friday, all day Friday. So I lost 2 loads on Friday. That hurts. And I lost a single load on Saturday. That hurts even more. The $1,500, that's in the maintenance account. That's in the bank. That's there. I don't have to worry about that, right? That's why we have it. That's why we've got a maintenance account to pay for shit like this. Or unless you've got warranty, but I don't have warranty. It's the work, the time loss. Every time my truck is down and I'm not able to answer the bell and go to work, that hurts me more than the actual repair does. I hate that. I truly hate that. So, Jimmy, I would make sure that the truck they're offering you isn't mileaged out. It isn't run out. Okay. Check your engine hours. Don't just check your mileage. You go, oh, look at this. It's a 4-year-old truck, but it's only got 140,000 miles on it. You know what? Check the engine hours. If it's got 21,000 engine hours on it, that means that truck sat around doing a lot of idling, right? What's the worst thing for an emission system? Idling, right? Idling. So these are the little things you need to look for, right? Don't just take it to, oh, it's a beautiful truck. It's a 2023 or a 2020, whatever. Don't just, oh, it's got low miles. It's got to make sure it's got warranty on it. It's got low engine hours on it. It's got low mileage on it. You know, take it somewhere else and get it checked. Don't take it for, oh, we just got to, what do these guys do these days? Comes with a fresh DOT safety. That didn't mean jack fuck on shit to me. A fresh safety, I can take a truck right now and go buy a safety for $400. Buy it. Mechanic won't even look at the truck. I don't even have to take the truck to him. I could walk in, go, hey, how you doing? Pull the money out, flip, $400. There you go. My sticker and my white sheet. Safety is bought and paid for. So don't take anybody's word for it that it comes with a fresh safety. Take the truck somewhere else and get it done, Jimmy. Dewana, my lovely Dewana. Good to see you, baby. Like I did with my carrier, they don't lease trucks yet. We're all owner operators. Well, I think that's the best way to do it, Buck. I'll be honest with you. Now, I wouldn't buy a new one. I'd get another 5,700 if I was getting a Western Star. I'm going to be probably going with, well, the two options I've got is I would like, because the 25s are coming out. So a lot of these places are dumping the prices on their 24s. And there's a couple places up here in Canada, believe it or not, T-Bone, that actually have a couple of 23s. Or they'll have like a low mileage 23. So if you can get your hands on a super low mileage 23 or a brand new 24, and that's what we're waiting for. But still, even with the price coming down, I'm not willing to take, okay, the price has come down substantially on the new truck market, but the interest rates are still too high. So even though the prices come down, like it would have been like funny, but like 6 or 8 months ago, where the price of the truck was high, but the interest rate was low. So your payment is going to come out to this. Right now, the price of the truck is low, but the interest rate is high. And your truck payment is going to be about the same, but actually it's not, because with the higher interest rate, your truck payment's actually going to be more. You're going to pay for more over the term of the truck on a 3-year lease or say a 4-year lease. So it's a matter of kind of figuring out the math on it, doing the long term on it, and figuring that out. And that's what we figured out. And it looks like that we're going to just kind of hold off on buying brand new equipment until probably about February. Late January, early February. That will put us in a much better position. We will see what the interest rates are. We're going to see what, Big Daddy Trump does. Big Daddy Trump, what he does and brings in is going to have an impact on the Canadian market as well. So I'm curious to see what's going on with that. Oh, sorry, man. Can't get it into me fast enough through a little teeny. Just keep what you got. T-Bone, who says we're not? We may be keeping the truck and just doing something else with that. My idea, well, I can see, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing, but we might just be keeping the truck. Right. I may not be selling the truck. Salty Badger, really good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for coming in. I'll make you uncomfortable. Seems to have woken up this morning. There you go, Robin. Good to see you, brother. Buck. The day my warranty expired, I doubled my input to put maintenance account. And that's what you have to do, Buck. Right? That's what you have to do. Basically, right, your maintenance account should be able to cover any big ticket item. Right, with the exception of the replacement of the entire truck, right? With that, but other than that, your maintenance account should be able to cover like NOx sensors issues, water pumps, injectors. You know, a new 6-pack of injectors for one of these things is, you know, you're looking at $7,500. You got $7,500 sitting in the bank. You know, you better hope so, because that's what it's going to cost you if you blow the injectors out of your truck. Shit like that. So, Badger saying hi. I have an aftermarket extended warranty on my 2020. Tony, send me who that's with, because I am looking at another aftermarket extended warranty program, and there are a lot of loopholes, and I'm not happy about it. I'm thinking if I keep the truck, that's the way I'd like to go. But I was looking at, what was it, RS 2000, and then there was another one. There was 2 of them that I was looking at. What the hell was I looking at? But either way, there was a lot of loopholes, man. A lot of loopholes. So glad I'll never have to worry about that. Well, you know what? That's freeway. Hey, that is that's the comfort that comes from being a company driver. Or now you're retired, but as a company driver, like I said, check engine light comes on, you blow something, engine blows up, fucking roof flies off, whatever. You pick up your phone, you dial 1-800, come fix my shit. They show up and they fix your shit. And you know what? You've got zero invested. That's not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal. Holy crap, a $1,600 bill unexpectedly would kill me. Well, Stacy, when we're talking about the numbers that we're talking about, the money that the truck generates, the revenue that one of these trucks generate, you know, $1,600, you know, that's I'm not going to say it's not a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but in the scope of the big picture of trucking, if you can go into a Freightliner dealership or a Kenworth dealership or a Volvo dealership and you can walk out with a $1,600 bill, you're doing a happy dance. That's a good day in my book. Okay. $1,000. Yeah. $1,600 is still, I don't lose my shit over a $1,600 fucking shop bill. I'm looking over my shoulder going, I'm lucky I got out with only a $1,600 shop bill. So, is it a Chevy? I wish it was a Chevy, Ross. No, it's not a Chevy. I paid, what's that? I paid a $1,500 bill and sitting again for a flat when I just left the tire shop Friday. Last days are hurting more than anything, but I have the money put back to squeeze me through. And that's how we operate, right? That is how we operate. That is why we have profit, right? That is why we have maintenance accounts. That is why we break our companies down to the smallest factor of financial factor. We break, like I've got my company on a daily basis broken down to, I can tell you every minute that truck is running or like operating, even when it's sitting. Okay, I can tell when the end right now it's sitting out there, the engine's turned off, and I can tell you how much an hour that truck is costing me to sit there. You know, you have to do that in today's age. If you're not doing that, if you're not phoning Jeff like right now and going, hey, explain to me how this works, right? As an owner operator, if you're not doing this right now, or you haven't already done this, I'm telling you, you're months, years behind. The old ways of doing it, putting fuel in the truck, turning the key, starting it up, let's go to work. Those days are over. Those days are over. You better know what that truck is costing you, how much it's making you, what the factors are and equations are, and how much of each, and be able to put those and blend those and come out with a number that you know that you are in good financial standing, in a good place in business. And you better be able to do it on a daily basis. Colt Miller, what's up, beautiful people? Much love. Good to see you, Colton. Thanks for hanging with us, man. SST, but you have an in-truck treadmill. Yeah, was that Tyrannus that said for get the socks, get the treadmill and the socks? Oh, well, no, whatever. Tolga saying, Shannon Thomas, fortunately, ma'am. Also, I'm sorry to say, revealing, but you were always saying it by yourself back in times so just like that. New rules in Ontario safety, not like the old days. Victor, we are absolutely being new ruled to death. All right, especially in Ontario. Like one of the things that I eventually look forward to is getting out of here, getting to where I live. I live in Alberta. My home is now in Alberta, and there are things in Alberta and the way that province is run when it comes to trucking that are substantially different than the way it is in Ontario. It's not as tight. It's not as strict. Ontario does a lot of the shit, especially with this emissions bullshit, that just absolutely fucking hurt us. It's horrible, right? Ontario is like California's little brother. They really are. Victor, are you meaning the Drive Clean program? Oh, you see the new standard for doing a safety now? Karen, go talk to Alan about what he has to go through on a tractor. The new standards on how you used to do a safety on a truck. Like we're talking a DOT or an MTO. DOT is the US and MTO is in Canada. But you used to do a safety. Every year we got to do a safety on this. Okay, so on my truck, the safety on my truck used to run me about $350. Okay, and it could be done in about like a good shop, accredited shop, a good tech. He's going to do a full-on wheels off, everything safety, 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Now in Ontario, okay, it is all done by computer. So the guy, for example, the tech, there is a list, and I don't know how many items it is. Jeremy had it done and he showed it to me. It is insane. It is pages, 5 pages. And it is a list of everything that he has to check. And not only does he have to check it, he has to take a picture of it, of what that item is. So let's just say brake drums, right? It can only be so much this and so much that. He has to take a picture of it. And then he has to download the picture every time he's let's say he's doing brakes. Take a picture of that, go back to the computer, download it, download the picture, and off it goes. And he's not allowed to move on to the next thing until he finishes that one. So as everything, and then that picture goes in, and if it doesn't meet the criteria by the pictures, whoever's looking at the picture on the other end, if it doesn't meet that criteria, it has to be fixed. Okay, we're talking about a 12-hour fucking safety. 12 to 14 hours to do a safety. And now we're looking in excess of $800 to $1,000 for a safety, for a DOT safety. Good God. This is Ontario. Tell me that's not a cash grab. Tell me that's not a cash grab. Karen, go, whatever Al's doing right now, roll him over if he's sleeping on the couch and ask him, is this a fucking cash grab? $1,600 is a decent ticket in my opinion. $1,600 is not money that I just want to throw away, but I'll pay a $1,600 ticket and walk out whistling and be happy about it because Shannon, I've replaced motors where I've had to stroke a check for $5,200 or $52,000. In my lifetime of owning trucks, I've replaced a Volvo D13 and I've replaced a Cat C13. Okay, both of which were expensive. That's a lot of fucking money to stroke. And Volvo doesn't care. If you don't have the money, your truck will just sit there. They don't care. What do they give a shit for? Right? So you better be able to pay the bill. If this is how you tell the difference between the new owner operator, Shannon, and the older owner operators. A new owner operator will get a bill for $1,600 and he'll be on the phone with his wife going, well, blah, blah, blah. I got a knock sensor and then an SCR issue, and the bill was $1,651. And the wife's going, oh, for Christ's sake, son of a bitch, this $1,600. What are we going to be? $1,600. That's the new guy. The old guy, he's on the phone with his wife going, yeah, so, okay, so I made it up to here. We did this. Truck had to go in the shop today. We fixed the knock sensor and we got an SCR issue, but they took care of that. They hit us up for $1,600, but I'll be rolling tomorrow. I'll give you a call tomorrow. And she goes, yeah, okay. That's the difference between a senior guy, like an older guy that's been doing it for a while, and his wife, and the new guy. Now Shannon's been doing this for 5 years, but she doesn't have a guy in her life right now. So to phone and complain to. Maybe it's Snorlord, or maybe it's Jeff, right? That's who she racks to, but that's the difference. It's funny too, because there's a couple of guys that I work with here. One of them, he's a relatively newer owner operator, he's only been doing it, I think, 3 or 4 years. And it's funny, you hear him talk, and he's like, oh, this and fucking that. It's like, holy shit, his wife's on the phone. She's like, oh, for the love of this, and it's like, I could tell Dar, okay, the bill was $5,500, and she'd just look at me, or she'd on the other end of the phone, she'd be like, all right, well, when are you rolling tomorrow? Well, yeah, babe, I'll be back at it tomorrow. All right, well, okay, give me a call in an hour. I got to take care of this. Like, there's probably nothing that I could phone Dar right now having to do with this business, and she's going to be surprised. We've replaced engines. We've replaced transmissions. We've replaced drivers. We've replaced, there's nothing on a truck that we haven't had to rebuild, refix, refine, whatever we've had to do. So there's probably nothing that I could phone her with right now, and she'd go, oh my good Lord, good God. Yeah, my brain is tick tock. Yeah. You need to have that kind of cost breakdown years ago. That hasn't changed. What changed is the way the business makes revenue to a point. Old school, expand on that. Are you talking about how the business makes revenue? Are you talking about how we generate revenue as owner operators and how we are compensated for our work? Meaning, are we mileage, rate, hour, expand? Just, if you don't mind, I'm not calling you out. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what you've said. I just need clarity so I know what the hell to discuss here. That hasn't changed. What has changed is the way business makes revenue to a point. Just give me a quick, I don't need a 12-page letter here. Just to give it to me quick. Are you also tracking how much you brake and accelerate? In the EU, computers calculate the optimal braking and acceleration efficiency for the lowest possible fuel consumption. Ross, I'm going to be honest with you. Here in Canada and the US, that's not a big thing. But what is a big thing for me is the optimal use of your cruise control. Okay? Optimum use of your cruise control. And I'll tell you why. And I'll even give you an example. Not only do I use my cruise control, I am the number one guy, first of all, in this entire company for cruise control, for my cruise control time that my truck is running on cruise control. Not only do I use my cruise control, I use it when like I'm on the highway, I accelerate and slow down with my thumb. Very rarely am I using my accelerator pedal. It is all done by my thumb. Now, I don't have any of the road mitigation or any of that kind of shit, or the adaptive cruise. I don't have any of that on my truck. What I also do is when I am here's a perfect example. When I'm pulling off of a road and I'm going down the ramp, right? I'm going onto the highway. So whatever highway I'm on, I'm going down the ramp. I've got my cruise control set that I can activate my cruise control at 11 miles an hour, right? So at 11 miles an hour, my little thing comes active, showing that I've got the use of my cruise control, and I hit the resume button and I hold it. And I hold it, and then it jumps in 5 mile an hour increments until it gets to 60 miles an hour, and then I hit it. I take my thumb off it, and I hit it 2 more times. So it goes to 62 miles an hour. And then I allow the truck, regardless of what the load is or how much weight I've got, anything, I allow the truck and the computer to bring me up to speed. Why do I do that? Because 99% of the guys out there, okay, they're going down that ramp, especially the company drivers, because they don't give a flying fuck about fuel mileage or fuel consumption. 99% of these guys, they've got that pedal mashed right to the floor, right? They do. They got the pedal mashed right to the floor, and they're trying to get up to speed as fast as possible. Okay, you've got nothing invested. It's not your money. Me, I don't do that. They are doing that. By mashing that pedal to the floor, you are telling that computer that you need maximum horsepower, maximum torque, maximum everything, go. And that truck basically squats and grunts and goes. That engine, right, and tranny. And you're putting full torque and full everything on the engine and the tranny to get that truck down the ramp up to speed. Now, when I do it my way, I'm allowing the computer to do it. Now, when you're doing it the other way as well, is your max, that truck is just winding out the RPM, it's winding out everything. Everything is getting maxed out, including the RPM. You are literally just pushing fuel out your stacks. Doing it my way, I'm allowing the computer to change the gears. Okay. I cannot shift gears as efficiently as a computer can. The computer is going. So now the computer knows what the end game is. The computer knows the end game is 62 miles an hour. So it knows where it has to go to. It will bring that truck down the ramp and accelerate it up to 62 miles an hour. And in most cases, it will have me up to 62 miles an hour before I have to merge out onto the highway. And then if by chance something's going on in the highway and I need to put the pedal down a little bit more to get a little more out of it so I can get on safely, fine, right? Fine. But if I take how many highway merges I do in a week, multiply that times fucking 4 in a month and multiply that times 12 in a year, I don't know what the dollar figure is. I'll be honest with you. Ross, I never ever did. I've never done the math on it. But I can guarantee you I am saving a substantial amount of fuel. And I'm saving a substantial amount of wear and tear on my truck. The torque and horsepower being used when you give it full blast is not necessary. You're wearing shit out faster than you need to, and it's not necessary. You don't have to. Shannon saying hi. Robert's in the house. What's going on, Robert? Oi, oi. DOT sticker requires photo before and after. Yeah, that's you're talking about Ontario, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. Go truck yourself. What up, my man? Been a while. I've been off this shit for a few months. Hope all is good. Truck yourself. We're still out here just doing the same old shit every single day. Talking trucking, talking politics, talking about money, talking about this. Today seems to be a trucking day. Yesterday we were talking politics. Today we're going to talk about a couple little things, maybe save you a few bucks here and there. Yeah, a little couple of shortcuts, stuff like that. But scales in Ontario with barcode scan and go with it. Oh, I'm not looking forward to the future of trucking in certain aspects. I really am not. I'm telling you, with the laws and the rules and the regulations of all the shit that it seems to be coming on and seems to be coming up in the world, I'm not looking forward to this. Sorry, hold on. Somebody's texting me, and I just want to make sure that I don't want my notifications. I talked to him about this, Brian. In my honest opinion, I'm glad he's doing the drive clean because he's got proof that his work is done. But this drive clean is to shut down illegal shops. It is. It's to stop. And Karen, you know what I'm talking about being in Brampton. It's to stop those shops where, Mr. Dhaliwal owns the shop, never turned a wrench. His brother works there. His cousin works there. His other brother works there. And they've all got trucking companies and they all show up and he just hands out the safeties on a whole fleet of fucking trucks that not one of them is roadworthy. And that's what they're trying to stop. But to what degree, Karen? Ask Alan. I agree that something had to be done. But this was a little much because they're passing on. If you want to hurt those illegal shops, hurt the illegal shops and fine them big dollars. Why are you taking it out on guys like me? Why should I now have to pay $1,000 or $800 to $1,000 for a fucking safety? If I maintain my equipment, do a good job, I just got caught with I just got a New York State DOT inspection last week. Good. Why? Because I maintain my shit. Why? When something's broke, I fix it. Why? When something's wearing out, I will change it before it breaks so I don't have a maintenance issue down the road. So why penalize a guy like me with $1,000 shop bill for a fucking safety? Go after them. Go after them. Thank God for the trucker convoy, or we all be sick, confined to the house, and on the 23rd COVID-19 booster. Well, Stacy, you're welcome, because I was the 17th truck into Ottawa that day. I was in the convoy. My wife and myself and my truck, we were in the convoy. We were parked right in front of the Parliament buildings. 17th truck. If you start at the front of the convoy, go look at all the videos, right? Go look at all the videos, and you start at the front of the convoy, and you count 17 trucks back on the left-hand side. There's my truck sitting right there. And if you go back in my channel and you look at back in the beginning, the convoy, we actually were down there live from the convoy. Karen, we had to take a course in 21-to-1, learning about the documentation stuff and everything we worked on before, after. So I guess it's the same in the EU as North America. It is. It is. Chucky Gillis, what's going on? How's your favorite Trudeau? favorite Trudeau supporter? Yeah, that's me. Let me fucking sign up for that, man. Favorite Trudeau supporter. That's awesome. I've been staying off the politics today. I really have. I have been staying off the politics today. I blew my brains out pretty good with it last night. I blew my brains out pretty good with it last week there. I did, we're doing more lives now. So, but I can't just focus on politics all the time as much as I would like to. I would love to start a second channel and go political and just do a deep dive into the political world. But 99% of you guys are not going to want to listen to that. Trust me. At Herb, when Alan refused to do shit, work or half-ass work, just so employees could get the profit sharing, they fired him. That's a problem you're going to have with big companies. Shannon saying most companies, mega carriers included, have several streams of income to survive the ebbs and flows. Absolutely, Shannon. Absolutely, right. You got to think about most of these large trucking companies, and let's just call them out, like Schneider, Swift, Warner, JB Hunt, all of them. Not only do they have trucking company, are they trucking companies, but they do intermodal, right? Intermodal, so that's rail. Most of them have a brokerage, they're running their own brokerages. So not only are they dipping on the load, but sometimes they're double dipping on the load, right? Because they'll get the load to the brokerage, and then their brokerage will broker it off to one of their own trucks, one of their own owner operators, right? So not only did they make the load on the brokerage, but they made the load on the 60% on the 30% of what they keep from the owner operator. So it's one of those. So yeah, they do. Shannon, you're absolutely 100% correct. And I guarantee you, there's probably more that they've probably got more streams of income than you and I even know about, right? There's probably more ways of doing it than you and I even know about. You and I are small fries compared to them. Okay, this is what I was waiting for. The difference between per mile versus per day. Should know both numbers, but I agree with Jeff on which is more important. 100% agree. Okay, 100% agree. And I'll give you here. Now I can give you an example. Old school. Okay. Actually, right below you, Greg. I say, good to see you, Greg. Hey, Chrissy, good to see you too. Thanks for being in here. Everybody, do me a favor, hit the like button, eh? And if you feel like hanging out and you like what we're doing here, subscribe. When I'm doing what I'm doing on the heavy haul board, right? I'm a flat rate. Like I'm paid a flat rate per load, right? You know what that's all about. Old school, right? Flat rate per load, X amount of dollars per load. I do X amount of loads a day. I make X amount of money. I know exactly to the penny how much revenue my truck is making once that load is on the deck, right? The flatbed. When I'm not doing this, say for example, the rail, the rail mixes up and there's a problem and there's no load on the heavy haul doing what we're doing, and say for 3 or 4 days. And here's an example. This week, I'm not going to be doing heavy haul. I'm going to be out on the open board. I've got a load leaving on Monday. Tomorrow morning, I'm going out west. I'm paid by the mile plus fuel surcharge. Now, regardless of which way I'm being paid, regardless of which way my truck is generating revenue, I need to know what my numbers are per day. And it doesn't change. It cost me like all of my fixed costs. I'm not going to go through what my fixed costs are, but my fixed costs don't change whether I'm being paid by the mile or by percentage or by flat rate. Those all stay the same, but you have to know what they are, because the end number profit, your profit at the end, is going to change based on what because as a let's just say as a flat rate driver, right? If I end up having to drive 600 miles, I still only make this amount of money. As a per mile driver, if I drive 600 miles, I'm paid by the mile, I make this amount of money. How does that affect my fixed cost and my rate per day? It doesn't. But what it does increase is my profit at the end of the day, right? If I have to go out of route or something happens and I'm my flat rate, I'm actually my profit starts getting chipped away. Per mile, it doesn't. Nice to see you, Chrissy. Good to see you. Ross, in my opinion, I'm glad that this is being applied in Ontario because the big trucks terrify me. And as you know, I agree with you. I agree, Shannon, that it has to be done. Okay, or not Shannon, it's for Karen, that it has to be done. I do 100% agree with you. Okay, I do. But they're directing it at the wrong fucking guys. And here's the other thing. Okay, let's talk about like the big companies like Karen, like Herb, like ET, like TransX, DeckX, Challenger. All of these companies are now going to do the same. They've all got in-house shops, accredited in-house shops. They can do that safety, okay, for $800, or like they're going to charge me $800 to $1,000. But if they're doing them on their own trucks, cost per unit is substantially lower because they've got 1,100 trucks. They've got 800 trucks. The more trucks they have, the lower the cost per unit is on each one of those safeties. So does Herb and all these guys, are they crazy about it? No, they're not crazy about it. But are they losing their shit about it? No, they're not losing their shit about it. I was smart and learned to drive my truck efficiently from letting truck drive itself. I follow the pattern. So do I. Okay. Being late to the game of the all the new automation and all this shit. Hold on. Being late to the game, I was dragged into the 21st century. If it wasn't for a couple of people, I'd still be driving the 97 W9 with the 60 series. But now that I found it, I can't appreciate it. Now that I'm using it and applying it, I'm not saying I like it. The emission system, Shannon, the emission system on your truck, you got the copper penny there. That's a beautiful truck, but the emission system still sucks. So does mine. The new emission system still blows ass. It's I've yet to see a truck yet that has gone more than 2 years where it hasn't had check engine lights or any kind of problems that had anything to do with the emission system. There's always a problem. Logan Outdoor Services, good to see you. Good morning, brother. Good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging in here with us. I got a hat to prove that he was at the convoy. Actually, 24 does have a hat to prove that I was at the convoy. I sent it to him. After you, Chris, go truck yourself. When is the election up there to get that idiot out? I believe it's in the fall next year. So we've still got a while to go. Go truck yourself. We've still got a while to wait. Oh. Let's not get me started, right? They have real estate, sell fuel, sell trucks, own the maintenance shops. Oh, exactly. Shannon, it's endless. It's freaking absolutely endless. Their revenue streams. Okay. They don't make all of their money and all of their revenue just on the trucks, running around, picking up this and delivering that, picking up over here, delivering over there. They don't. Okay. They've got, exactly like you just said here. Okay. They sell their fuel. Even the company I'm with here, right? We have fuel in here, like on premises. We have shop. I can buy fuel from my company, and it's marked down significantly. But the company's still making a few pennies on a few bucks off of us, right? It's revenue stream. And if you look around, for example, and here's another example. Here's a really good example. Okay. How many trucking companies rent out space in their yard? I know for a fact that in the Toronto area, GTA area, okay, to rent a fucking spot for a truck and a trailer, to rent a spot, it's going to run you north of $400 to $500 a month. Okay, $400 to $500 a month to rent a spot to park your truck. $400 to $500 a month. Now think about that. Let's just say $500. Let's make it a nice round number. $500. If there are companies out there that are renting up 20 spots, right? The company that I'm with here, we've got a big yard, right? So what's a smart business move? If you're not using all of that space, rent it out, right? And if you can get $500 a spot and you've got, say, 20 spots, right? What is that a month worth of passive income? That's 10 grand a month worth of income coming in just from empty space, right? You don't have to plow it, or you do have to plow it, but you don't have to pave it. You don't have to do nothing to it. It's already fenced because the yard is already fenced and it's already private, and the security is already here, blah, 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 blah. So is that smart business? Absolutely. Would you do the same thing? I would. I absolutely would. So the revenue streams of passive income, or not so, maybe not even passive income, the revenue streams are endless for trucking companies of what they can do, right? Leases, property, rentals, fuel, rent trailers out, right? We've got, this company doesn't, but I know another company that they'll rent trailers out. Blah, 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 blah. It's endless. It's important to have big rigs safe. So I agree with you. And we don't want to do a quick fix and out the door. But with all the new work, we get way more time for coffee while paperwork is done. You know what? I'll be honest with you, Ross. I don't need any more coffee. I'd rather be working than drinking the coffee, brother. I think you would too. Don't get me started on JB Hunt's shop in Caledon. They don't do safeties. That shop peels off Ontario safety stickers and puts American stickers on. Yeah. Jeffrey likes Trucker Education Network. There you go. I think Jeff's getting ready to shut that down. But if you want to, go over and check it out and go through it. There's a lot of really good morsels over there. A lot of good tidbits of information Jeff's left on that channel. So absolutely. Jim, good to see you. Jim 64 saying hi to Chrissy. I refuse to allow Alan to risk his license for shit work. If a company and his boss gives me bad vibes, I make him leave. Right on. Right on. Jamisha Williams. That's a hell of a name. I hope I said that right. Yeah, I wish I could delete it. Yeah, I wish I could too. I wish I could too. Now, in Alberta, you can. In Alberta, you can. In Ontario, I can't. If I get caught with a deleted truck in Ontario, it's not funny. You get caught with a deleted truck in Alberta, it's a deleted truck in Alberta. Well, Shannon, you're not going to delete yours anyway because you've got a 16,000-year warranty bumper. Your warranty covers everything but light bulbs and tires. I think it covers everything but the toilet paper you wipe your butt with. The warranty Jeff got on that truck is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So no, I would not be deleting that. I wouldn't be doing anything to that truck. I'd be waking up every morning if I was you, getting out of the truck in my pajamas, walking around to the front and kissing the fucking grill, and then giving a little pat on the head and then getting back in my truck. With the warranty that you've got, I wouldn't be deleting it. But the minute that warranty runs out, then start thinking about it. In Denmark, the trucking companies usually cannot afford to have their own service center with their own staff. I understand that, Ross. I do. I understand that. In Canada and the U.S., it is much more common. I have a couple of friends. One of them drives in Germany. A couple of them drive in England, and the companies that they work for all have to use off-site service centers to get any work done on their vehicles because the companies don't own enough trucks and have enough revenue to actually have a full working service center. Karen says, I followed you. Oh, sorry. Third Monday of October every fourth year. What the hell are you talking about? Third Monday of October every 4 years. Oh, okay. The election. Thanks. You threw me for one there, Lester Star. Thank you. Karen says, I followed you through there. I think, Karen, that's how you found us. Or that's how we found each other, right? Through the convoy. Knock on wood, I've put 420,000 miles on this ISX without a single sensor or light or DEF filter cleaning or change. No shit, eh? Wow. I had I've not had a truck with the X15, but I did have the ISX. I had an 08 Pete with the ISX, and it was a nightmare. And, well, 2008 was not a good year. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even 13 were horrible, horrible years for the ISXs. They were horrible years for everybody, right? But yeah, you're pretty lucky, man. You're pretty lucky. Shannon says, I'm trying to follow the model. I would too with a truck like that. I hate getting behind a deleted truck. The exhaust smell is awful. I love it, dude. I don't know what's wrong. I'm taking, you know what? We're going to take away your trucking. We're taking away your man card, Chief Ray Dollar. If you don't love the smell of just raw, pure diesel exhaust, I don't know, man. I don't know. You might want to hand in your work boots for some ballet slippers, dude. I really love the smell of it. But mind you, I love the smell of a skunk. You know, I love the smell of a skunk. So the smell of raw diesel running through a non-emission truck, love it. When I had the old Kenworth, and then the last Kenworth, any of the pre-emission trucks I ever owned, right? When you would do a cold start on those, especially the Cats or the 60 series, and you get that initial burst of fucking exhaust out the top of those stacks. If I could shimmy up that stack and stick my face in that 8-inch stack opening, I would. That's as much of a fucking crackhead as I am when it comes to diesel exhaust. Love it. Love the smell of it. Man card 1, damn dude. -1. You wouldn't believe the amazing fuel mileage I'm getting, right? Oh, yeah, I bet. No shit, eh? Glad my boy coming back so we can move this steel Trump 2024. Jamisha, I agree. I'm Canadian, but there are certain aspects of Trump being president that do appeal to me. Trust me. You and Dar kept me updated and sane through it. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We were going crazy to keep you sane. Hanging Christmas lights, soft work. I don't hang Christmas lights, bro. I haven't hung Christmas lights in fucking years. Don't do it. I'm looking down to a Shannon Road. That's awesome, babe. That is awesome. The deleted truck this day don't smell like the old diesels. No, I know it is a harsher smell. It doesn't have that sweet diesel smell to it, but I still like it. I can't even say it. Sniffing diesel exhaust causes Dane Bramage. And you'd know, babe, right? You'd know. But Tolga's right. But it smells good. Business idea: wheel burners, diesel scent cologne. Oh, dude, let me tell you, I've got 100 of them. Okay, I've got 100 of them. I was looking at doing the cigars, Wheel Burner Express cigars. I'm still looking at doing the beard oil. There are some things that we look at. What the hell, eh? We might as well with diesel scent cologne. There is actually, I think there's a men's cologne. Not that I know there is because I've got it. There's a men's cologne out there called Diesel, and it's not bad. Actually, it's really good. It doesn't smell like diesel, but it's a really good smelling cologne. I'm not a big cologne wearer. I wear only 2 really. I wear Diesel, but very rarely. And the only other one I wear it's called Pi. And Dar got the Pi for me. I've been wearing it for fucking 20 years, and it's instant panty remover. Even old school could put this on, walk through a crowd full of women, and underwear just start dropping. That's how good this stuff really is. Don't wear it around Shannon Thomas. Okay? Don't do it. Please. I like her the way she is. The Dane Bramage started after the deaf fecal matter. You know what? Old school, I can't disagree with you. I absolutely agree with you 100%. I used to drive a 96 Mac with an E7. Oh, wow. Really? An E7. Really enjoyed starting that thing up in the morning. Temps was around 20 degrees. That's cold for us. No, that's cold either way. 20 degrees is what, bro, like minus 10 for me, Celsius. It's still cold. I used to love my 60, like that W9 that I had. The last one I had the rebuilt 60 series in it. And when it'd be like minus 21, minus 25, minus 30, you do a cold start on that. It was like the initial, it would go, wow, 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 wow. Then it would grab and it would just be like clap, 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 clap. Then you'd think it had stalled, but it didn't stall. And then we get clap, 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 clap. And the fucking exhaust coming out of both of those stacks. Oh my God. And if depending on what truck stop I was at, it would put out a cloud. And because I used to go, I'd take the truck and I'd park it, say, at the Flying J in Calgary, and then go spend the weekend at my brother's place. And then go back on Monday morning and start the truck after it'd been sitting there for 3 days at minus 20, minus 30. And the whole truck stop was just, it was like fog had set in. That's how bad it was. But I loved the sound and I loved the smell. That clap, 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 clap. And then it would finally, smooth out. The 3406s were famous for it, right? I don't know about you, Ross, or Freight Hauler. Same with that E7. That E7 would be very much like that. You start that thing up, clap, 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 and then it would level out, and then it would, go, and then you could start. Then you could turn around and set your high idle after about 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Freight Hauler, the cab was shaking, right? If you were a woman and you were sitting in the driver's seat while this was happening, you've orgasmed 3 times. I promise you've orgasmed 3 times. That's how hard that thing is vibrating. The engine inside of that fucking truck is literally trying its best not to rip itself off its motor mounts. Sounded like it was firing on 2 cylinders for a bit. Exactly. Was it a coincidence that diesel got more expensive than gas when the convoy happened? Greg, it's funny, that you talk about that. Diesel was already a little bit higher than gas, even before the convoy. But once the convoy had happened and all shit broke loose, and now it's not just a little bit, right? Whereas, gas will be, diesel will be $3.50 a gallon, whereas gas is like $2.99 a gallon. I don't know. I'm just pulling that up. But there's such a big difference now. It's not just a couple of cents difference. It is a big, big difference. So it does suck. But yeah, since the convoy happened, and the reason why is it? Why is it? It's not because the processing or the making of diesel got any more expensive. It didn't get any more expensive. To make diesel, all diesel is dirty gas, right? You can't make diesel without making gasoline. You make gasoline, diesel is just a byproduct of making gasoline, right? The two of them go hand in hand. So why is it more expensive to make fucking diesel than it is to be gasoline? It isn't. Hence why is diesel cost more than gasoline? Why? It's really simple. Greg, the answer to that is so simple. It's not funny. It's simple because we have to have it. We have to have it. They know that I can't run my truck without it. And I will pay whatever I need to pay to keep that truck running, to make money, to put food on my plate. Until we get to a point where I can't do that anymore. It's not worth it anymore. But that is why diesel is more expensive than gas. It's because we have to have it. You have no choice. I can't turn around and fucking put propane in my fucking truck. It runs on diesel. I'm not a grease monkey. I build and repair. Attaboy. Have you ever driven the ice road? If yes, in what truck? Yes, I have. I've done it in 2 trucks. I've done it in my Cascadia, believe it or not. I took my Cascadia up, and I've done it in a Pete. What was it? It wasn't a 579. I think it was a 387, a heavy spec 387 Pete. I've done it twice. I've done it on two occasions. And they're actually winding up right now to go up again this year. I don't know if I'll be going or not. If I go, I won't be taking my truck with me. I'm not. My truck's a 2020, so it's getting to the point now where I'm not willing to put it up there and they put it through that kind of beating. I am amazed that the truck actually came back in a condition that it did. How many lot lizards do you have enjoying though your cold starts? Well, they'd all be sitting on the running boards. Fuel. They'd have the fuel. They'd be sitting on the back of the fuel tank. They'd have it straddled, right? They have it straddled. Well, go truck yourself. Scania V8 is my favorite. Doing custom exhaust on them sounds so awesome. We don't have a lot of them over here, Ross. There's more and more of them getting here, but we don't have a lot of them here right now. Love to have them. I would love to have that Scania over here. Though the new Scanias, and it's baffling, it's absolutely mind-blowing, right? A V8, 700 horsepower V8 engine on these things, most of them on a cab over at that. So it's not like they're aerodynamic, and these things are getting 10 miles to the gallon. Tell me that the Europeans are not miles ahead of us in engine performance. I'm telling you. Diesel is $1 cheaper than gasoline here. Oh God, Ross, you're lucky. Not here. Not here. The Scania V8 custom side pipes, there's no better sound. Robert, I 100% would agree with you. Sterling Wheels in the house. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Where were you living again, Ross? 12M moving there, mate. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Tractor Moto Vlog on my channel this afternoon. Okay, we'll check that out. I got nothing going on after this. We're just going to lay around and watch some YouTube. That's all we're doing. Cost of producing diesel went up after they reduced the sulfur parts per million from 500 to 15. Now, old school, okay. I never thought of that, and you're probably 100% right. I don't know. That makes sense. But did it go up to the point where diesel was, let's say that gasoline was $3 a gallon and diesel was $2 a gallon. Now gasoline is $3 a gallon, diesel is now $4 a gallon. So it's a $2 jump. By that process, does that make up that much of a difference? I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't. You know what, old school? I don't know, because that's not something that I'm heavily invested in and I've investigated. Usually if I was going to talk about something like that, I like to research it and go find out more so I know more about what I'm talking about. I'm going to take your word for it that you know what the fuck you're talking about here, and you're right. So Ross he's from the boring country of Denmark. What comes out of Denmark? Anybody? You guys got mountains, right? You got Denmark, you got mountains. Don't you got those yodeling girls that go through the mountains? You got those girls. What else do you got in Denmark? You got yaks, the mountain yaks up in Denmark. What Denmark? Don't you guys make chocolate? I think that the Danish got some really good chocolate. They got really good pastries. What else do the Danes got? I don't know. Ross, spit it out. What do you got there, boy? Yay, Uncle Sterling has arrived. Well, look who else has arrived. Uncle Chicken Hawk. Good to see you. Uncle Sterling, Uncle Chicken Hawk. I like when Wheel Burners live feed buffers. He freezes and looks like an autistic adult shitting his pants. Fuck you, Chicken Hawk. Fuck, I love that guy. That's blackmail. Blackmail, right? Yeah. Ice road trucking is for the birds. Yeah, kiss my ass. Let's see you do it there, Mr. I'm moving sheds around now. Come on there, buddy. I tell you what, Sterling. I'll take 2 trucks up onto the ice road. You come with me. Tell Red Lady you're going to be gone for 3.5 months and come on up onto the ice road with me. Matter of fact, you know what, Chicken Hawk? You can come too. I'll take 3 trucks. All 3 of us will go. I hate snow and I'm jealous of the big rigs with nose on. Everything is boring here. You know what? The big rigs with the long nose, those long nose trucks are still beautiful. Ross, I love them. Thanks for the $10 though, Sterling. Appreciate it. Appreciate it more than you know. I love long nose trucks. I still love the 379s, right? The W9Ls, the long nose W9Ls. Still love them. They go by. I still stop what I'm doing and look, right? When you hear one going or one's jaking down a ramp coming down and you look over and I still look. But could I run one profitably in business? No. So it's funny when I think about those V8 Scanias, 700 horse, what they got 2,100 fucking foot-pounds of torque or whatever they've got, V8s, and they're getting 10 miles per gallon out of a cab over. Like, talk about a brick going down the road, right? No aerodynamics. Yay, wheel burner gonna buy more ice for the country. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Gonna go ride the motorcycle. Catch you kids later, man. Thanks, Sterling. Have fun, man. Tolga's Chicken Hawk saying hi to good to Sterling. Ross saying no. It was that big. Knew a few people in the oil industry, engineer level. Well, you know what? I'm going to take your word for it. I will trust you. Okay. If that's what it took and that's why, I guess that leads to other questions. And why did we go from that level down to that level down to 15? Right? Was that because of the California tree huggers over there saying that emissions, the diesel had to get cleaner? Right? No, probably. I don't know. There's so many things, so many aspects of what it could be. But at the end of the day, I don't think it needs to be as high as it is. It's a lot of it, I think, is greed. It truly is. It's greed. People are greedy. Oil companies are greedy. Gas stations are greedy. Trucking companies are greedy. Everybody's fucking. Chicken Hawk, I'm greedy. Ross, I'm greedy. Those are German. Oh, okay. What, the yodelers or the chocolate or the pastry or all of it? Ross, I live in Turkey. Maybe it doesn't feel boring to me, but I feel the same. Our trucks are less beautiful than the American ones. Don't get me wrong, our trucks look good. But we look at your trucks. Like I when Type Trucking does his moto vlogs, he hasn't done any in a while. But when he does his moto vlogs and he sets up his GoPro and he goes trucking and he's got that cab over and he's driving all over the place, I love it. I love watching those European trucks drive. Absolutely fucking love it. To me, they are beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful. The way they're engineered, the way they're set up. You know, there's that much space between the truck and the back of the truck and the cab and the trailer. And I fucking love it. You guys love how ours are set up. We love how yours are set up. William Davis, many blessings. Thank you. Back at you. Fashion and high taxes. Ross, here you go. Denmark also famous with solid weapons, special forces units. What are you expecting from me as info the right? Leave it to Tolga. Actually, I'm surprised fact-checking Tyke isn't in here telling us what's good about Denmark. Okay, you want to see something? This is ridiculous. And you guys can go ahead and laugh. But when you got a cup that's that big, right, and you're drinking coffee out of it, it's a bitch because, you know, you're drinking it and especially if you have a mustache and shit like that, coffee will get in here and trickle. Next, you know, you've got it trickling down the inside here. So with a cup this big, that's how you take care of that. You go ahead and laugh at that. But hey, I don't have to wipe my face anymore. Yeah, good point, Ross. Betty White says to free Palestine. I tell you what, Betty, go on over and you start. Fuck that ice shit. I'll stick to asphalt road trucking. LOL. It is definitely experience. It is definitely a new experience. Go truck yourself. Let me tell you. You will learn things about yourself really fast. And you will, without a doubt, you will learn what your limits are and probably blow right through them. You will come back off an ice road after your first year of ice road trucking. You will come back a much better driver. You will know and have done things where you thought, well, this is my comfort level. You know, as an asphalt driver, this is what my comfort level is. This is about as far as I'm willing to go. And this is about, you're going to get up onto a fucking ice road and you're going to go push right, you're going to blow right past those. Okay. You're absolutely going to blow right past those. So, but it is, I'll be honest with you, it is a lot of fun. It really is. And a lot of the guys that you work with are hard. They're hardened guys. They've done it multiple times. They will work. They will help you. They will work with you. They will pass on their knowledge and experience. It is, for me, it was the very first time great time I did it. I would do it again. No problem. Absolutely no problem. I'd like a 359 or a 379. I'd love an old 379. Actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm still a Kenworth guy. I like the 379s or the 359s. I like the way they look and everything like that. But if I'm going to have a long nose hood truck, baby, I'm going with the W900L. Like the same one that I had. The only difference between the one that I had and the one that I would get is I'd want the studio on it. Right? So I'd want like an 89 to 99. Anywhere in there. Right? W9. I'd want either the 60 series, Detroit, the 12760 series, or I'd want the N14 Cummins. In it, I would take either of them. I'd prefer to have the 60 series, the 12760 series. I'd want an 18-speed manual. Well, you can't get an automatic in those years, and that's what I would have. I would have the W9 with the studio. That's it. Denmark doesn't have weapons. Oh, they do. You just don't know it. Isn't the Renault too popular out there, Ross? They are turned into pretty good in recent years, as I know. Couldn't tell you. We have two warships that don't work. That sounds like Canada. Yep, CA screws up everything. Yeah, really. I remember a few brands from Denmark, though. Maybe my memory is okay. You guys keep talking. The Renault 520 has a Volvo engine in it. Okay, Robert, is Renault over there owned by Volvo? Or is it the other way around? Does Renault own Volvo or does Volvo own Renault? I don't own enough underwear to go ice road trucking. And you don't wear any. Don't wear any underwear. Just keep on your Depends. It doesn't matter. You don't need the underwear. Right? Because let me tell you, when you're crossing the ice, right, you can only go 11 miles an hour, right? 15 kilometers. You can only go 11 miles an hour. So that's why my cruise control is set at 11 miles an hour. I had to take it into Freightliner and have them take it down as low as they can get it. And that's as low as they could take it down to 11 miles an hour. Luckily for me, that's what the speed limit on the ice road is 11 miles an hour. Well, when you've got, a lake that's say 35 or 40 miles across, that's a 3-hour jaunt, 4.5-hour jaunt across the lake. And all you're going to hear is snap. And you basically your engine is just idling, right? Because you're creeping across, you're idling. So at that pate there, you've got the door open. And if you need to empty your shorts right there, you can't stop, right? But you can just go. Don't worry about changing your shorts. You don't have to worry about it. Mary and Bright Philly, please turn to God and repent. Jesus is coming back soon. We're all waiting. Volvo owned part of Renault, and Renault owns Mack Trucks. Okay. Over here, Robert, Volvo owns Mack. Right? Volvo. Now, we don't have Renault. I don't think we have. Sorry, I got an itch. I don't think we have Renault over here, but excuse me, there are a couple of old Renault cars running around, but we don't have Renault as per se, like trucks and everything. We do have obviously Volvo and we do have Mack. Now they are still two companies. Like Mack has their facility and Volvo has theirs in Pennsylvania, and Mack has theirs. But if you go look at a Mack right now, let's just say let's just say, Robert, you and I went down to a Mack dealer and we bought one of the new Mack Anthems, right? So if you don't know what that is, go Google a Mack Anthem. They're beautiful trucks, Robert. They really are. But you and I are going to take that truck and then we're going to go down and we're going to go buy the new Volvo 760, VNL 760. Okay. And we're going to put them side by side and we're going to go get our toolboxes. Good morning, Red Lady, channel member. Thank you for hanging in with coming to see us. And we're going to put them side by side and we're going to go get our toolboxes and we're going to start taking them apart. Okay. We're going to start taking them apart. You're going to find, Robert, that the Volvo and the Mack, with the exception of a couple of things, like obviously the cab and the on both of them is different. But if you remove the cab off of both of them, from the engine, the chassis, transmission, differentials, there's a slight difference in the rear suspension. But other than that, they are pretty much pound for pound identical, right? Volvo has the D13 engine. Mack has the MP8. The MP8 engine is a 13-liter Volvo D13 painted red. Now all they've done is they've moved a couple things, like they took the coolant reservoir, moved it here, they did this and that. But you can take the injectors out of an MP8 Mack motor and put them in a fucking D13. Everything is interchangeable. The iShift. What does Mack have? They got the M drive, it's called, right? So the iShift transmission, which in my opinion is still anywhere across the world, the Volvo iShift is still the best automated transmission in the world. That you take that to the M drive in the Mack. Same thing. They just called it an M drive. It is pretty much pound for pound the exact same fucking truck, all the way back and forth, up and down. You can interchange a lot of the sensors. There's a couple of small things that aren't, but otherwise it's the same truck. And then you put the cabs back on them, and you've got a Mack Anthem and you got a Volvo, and that's what you get. So you can interchange pretty much anything from a Volvo to a Mack. I think the only difference is I think Mack is stuck with their signature Mack rear suspension. Now you can probably get the Volvo fucking 4-bag Volvo whatever suspension if you want, but I think that Mack is stuck with the Bulldog rear suspension. I could be wrong. They may have changed that, but I know that they did at one point. So I think Renault is under Volvo service centers here, and then we have Scania service, and man, I'm pretty sure that it's only service stations we have. Okay. The Renault is Volvo below the cab. So that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about with the Mack. Mack is a Volvo beneath the cab. It's just paint. Everything's painted red. Volvo is green. Everything, the engine, everything, all is green. The Mack is just red. That branding area getting more complicated step by step, especially for the users. It is. You mean the party ain't over yet? You know what, Buck? I'm just getting ready to wind down. I've got a couple empty cans of pop here, and I think I've got about a quarter of a coffee left. So we're just about getting ready to wind this down. I'm going to download a shit ton of movies off of Netflix and off of Prime, and I'm going to go lay in my truck. And I plan to spend the rest of the afternoon doing absolutely fucking nothing. I'm going to watch some YouTube. So if any of you are going live, I think, Buck, you were talking about maybe cracking open the live, pushing the live button on yours and going live. So if you're going to go live, I'll definitely pop in and say hi and hang out with you. If you haven't washed your car yet, go support your local car wash this Thanksgiving. Ryan, you want to know something? Up here in Canada, the drive-through car washes are fading away. They're a thing of the past now. They really are. Everything, they've all got the do-it-yourself drive-in wash bays, and that's it. And you know what? It's cheaper. I can go in and wash Dar's car for $6 or $7, do it myself, and do a better job than pay 12, 13, $15 for a like I can go get like whatever, $15 for like an Esso Supreme wash for $15 or $16, and I still got to come out afterwards and clean this or polish that and shine that. So you know what? I'd rather pay the $8 or $9, or not even $8 or $9, $6 or $7, and wash it myself. Don't forget to hit the like. Thank you, Tolga. I appreciate that. I'll need an hour or two before I push the button. I'll be just hanging around, dude. I'll be hanging around. Watched a good film yesterday, Ungentlemanly Warfare. Where did you see that, Robert? Where did you see that? What was that, on one of the streaming platforms? Like, is it something that I can see? W. Styles is still the best movie because of Mr. Best. Dude, I love Tolga's faithfulness to a person or product is undeniable. Eh? Look, his love of James Best and the porn industry that James, when James talks about it, Tolga's right in there. Gotta love it. It's on Prime, Amazon Prime. Okay, so hold on, dude. What the fuck was the name of that? Ungentlemanly Warfare. I'm gonna write that down because I will actually look at this. I can go right here. Hold on. As long as I got you right here, Robert, let me check this out. Search. Ungentle. Look at that. Ungentlemanly Warfare. Is it called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare? Is that it, Robert? The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare? If that's it, then I'll download that right now while we're sitting here. I still do a full service in and out for $18. That's good. We don't get that, right? The full service in and out. Robert, is this what we're looking at? Come on, fat thumbs, type faster. Did you hear Best going on about Canada's military capabilities? I did not. I was watching. That's it? Okay, we'll download that. I did not, 2-4. I'll be honest with you. I was watching him for a bit last night, and he had like 11 people or 12 people in there, steady, and he was talking, and no, I didn't catch it. I'm not going to say anything else about James because I know what I like James. All right, a lot of people don't, but I do. But I didn't catch him when he was saying about Canada's military. Canada's military are a bunch of ninjas. They're underrated, right? People think, oh, it's Canada. They got 2 tugboats, 1 canoe, a couple of kayaks. But our infantry and our military is top tier. It's top tier. And I don't get it why the Americans think for some reason that the Canadians don't have a good military. Like, because we do. Yeah, we don't have like a massive, submarine fleet, and we don't have all, but we've got our J2F guys, our JTF guys, JTF 2 guys, or whatever, how the fuck you call. They are pound for pound on the world stage as good as a US's Delta, Rangers, SEALs. They really are, and they've proven themselves time and time again overseas. They really have. So it's one of those things that it doesn't bother me because I don't really care if they think our military. It's not like the Americans are going to invade us anyway. What are they coming up for? What are you guys going to come invade? What do you want? You want our maple syrup and our lumber? Come, I'll fucking give it to you. You don't have to invade us for it. We'll give it to you. Not a problem. People are having fun on the internet with JTF, but they are actually pretty successful. Just watch their operation. Yeah, actually, I was watching yesterday. Oil, yeah. They want our oil, Ryan. I was watching yesterday. What the hell's the name of this guy? He had a couple of J2 Joint Task Force 2 guys, retired operators. He had them on his podcast and was interviewing them and going through it. And it was, even he was learning some things going, holy fuck, really? Like, you guys do this, you guys did. Yeah. The J2F guys are top tier. They are tier 1 operators in anti-terrorism. They really are. And a hooker to go with it. Really? Oil and hooker to go with it. I tell you what, they had me with the oil, but you throw the hooker in, Ryan, I'm fucking there. I'm in there. I really am. So, okay, I've got my movie to watch from Robert. Thank you very much, sir. Is there anything else I'm missing here? You guys do me a favor though, hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate that. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, think about hitting the subscribe button. Appreciate that. We'll take you along for the ride. We don't do a lot of videos, recorded videos anymore. We are mostly doing shorts and doing lives. So if that's the way, you know, if something you see what we're doing and you're interested in it, then go for it and hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate that. Maybe our ships and other equipment is not as updated as US, but our soldiers are great. Yeah, they are. Free Palestine from Hamas. Mark. If that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. I myself don't care. I don't care if Palestine gets free. I don't care if Hamas gets free. I think Hamas should be crushed and buried, only because of what they did in Quebec, in my own country here, what they did, what was it, Friday night. You know, they started a riot and they ended up burning down, causing property damage. People got hurt, and all in the name of fucking Hamas. You know, it's horrible. They should be ashamed of themselves, and they should be basically. I want to know. Here's the thing, right? As a convoy, a guy that was in a convoy, right? They were freezing our bank accounts. They were shooting at us with rubber bullets. They were fucking hitting us with tear gas. They were stampeding us with horses. They were doing all of this shit to a bunch of peaceful protesters who didn't even raise a finger to hurt anybody. Yet Hamas did what they did in Quebec. Shops got vandalized. Cars got overturned. Shit got lit on fire. What was our prime minister doing? Our prime minister was down watching fucking Taylor Swift down in Toronto, watching Taylor Swift. And what has happened? Anybody know what has happened? Has anybody been charged? Anybody, has Hamas itself, has it been put down? Has it been denounced? Hamas? Nothing. Nothing. Not a word from our fucking liberal government. Not a fucking word. That's shameful. That's shameful. I'm going to tell Hamas, I can honestly, everybody that's in this chat right now, there's only 23 of you right now, but everybody that's in this chat right now that knows me, if I was the prime minister of this fucking country, we wouldn't be having this conversation about what's going on with Hamas right now. Honestly. Hamas would be they'd all be boarding fucking planes and running for the fucking exits. I guarantee goddamn to you that. I guarantee goddamn to you that. I don't have enough penicillin for a hooker. No glove, no love there, OC. What do you need the penicillin for? Thanks for hosting Wheelburner. Thanks. Be safe, bud. And have a lovely day. OC, thank you very much. Hamas is evil. I got you. Have you ever heard anything about the Indian military? That is a scary army you never knew existed. I have not heard fuck all about that, Ross. But at this point in my day and my life, I have very little vested interest in looking at stuff like that. Only because I'm more interested in taking care of my own country. And I'm not going to go on this down this road because we did it yesterday and we did it the other day. But we've got way too many issues. And I say we, I mean Canadians and Americans, because we're pretty much in this together. We've got way too many problems within our own two countries that need to be solved and taken care of before we start worrying about fucking other countries, whether it be Israel, Palestine, fucking Ukraine, Russia, whatever. Let's take care of our own. Let's get our own countries in order. Let's get our own people in order. Let's get ourselves in a better position before we start throwing billions of dollars at everybody else. Anyway, you know what? We are not. I see Karen. I'm getting Karen worked up. No, because Trudeau is a damn pussy and a gutless coward. Yeah, see, Karen's getting worked up, and then Karen's going to get me worked up. And then next thing you know, fucking somewhere down the road, you know, my hat's going to go flying and shit's going to go sailing, and it won't be good. It won't be good. At least I was blown away by the Indian military videos. I will take a look at that. The Indian military. Okay. ZC, English, go Spanish. I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Yeah, Danes first. 100% agree. Charity should start at home. OC, I 100% agree, man. You know what, guys? That is my time. We're at about 2 hours. You've noticed that I've been keeping my lives now down to about the 2 hour mark. I'm good with that. Hopefully you guys are too. Unless anybody's got an absolute burning desire to have something, they got something they got to talk about. And it's just they can't contain themselves and they want to talk about it. You know what? I'm going to shut this down. And like I said, I've already downloaded one movie. Thank you to Robert. I got a couple more. And then I'm just going to go hang out and eat a couple of chocolate bars. I might squeeze down one more Dr. Pepper, and I'm just going to lay in bed like a sloth today. I've got a really busy week ahead of me. I got some hard driving to do. So you said no politics. No, you're right. We didn't do politics today. Well, at least I tried. I tried my best, Freeway, not to do politics today. And this is good. This is good. Next live, we'll politic away, right? Feel free to bring your political hat and we'll fucking go crazy. But today, not so much. And with that, you know what? We're out. I'm going to take it easy and go bugger off. Ross, thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. OC, great to see you. Karen, always, sweetheart. Always great to see you. Freeway, always great to see you. Tolga, thank you for always for what you do. Thanks for moderating, taking care of business in my chat for me while my mouth is going like this. Appreciate that. You guys, we're probably going to be doing a couple of lives this week because I'll be out on the road. Right. I won't be on that weird sleep schedule where I got to start work at 1 o'clock in the morning. So we'll probably be banging off a couple of lives this week. Yeah, I would say maybe starting as early as tomorrow night. Right. Anyway, out of here. Robert, love you, brother.